Good morning and welcome to Get Real with Mazza and Jordo. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest frustrations that sellers have, which is, who is my agent working for? So let's start it off. Who is the agent working for?
This is probably one of the biggest gripes that we hear from home sellers, and it's the question is, who are they working for? Is it me, the person that's paying them to act for me in my best interest, or is it themselves? Are they just in it to get the best result for themselves and quickly, or are they actually helping the buyer to buy well? Are they working for the buyer?
You've got to remember who pays the commission. It's the seller, isn't it? So an agent's got a fiduciary duty to their client, and their client is the person who's appointed as the seller.
But there's different ways an agent can get paid.
There is. If you look at just purely from a seller's point of view, they say, well, you just charge me commission. But then you need to look at how the actual salesperson gets paid. Isn't it, Jordan?
Exactly. So most sellers just think, well, everyone's paid the same way. It's all the same throughout the industry, isn't it? But if you dig a bit deeper, there are a few different ways that agents are paid.
That's the problem with the industry is, let's call it the elephant in the room out, and that is, it's commission-only pay structure. Okay, whether you're selling real estate or whether you're selling photocopies, a commission-only pay structure has the propensity to have a look after me, that is, the person who's making the sale, attitude first and client second, because they've got to make a sale to get paid. And in times like this, where sales are hard to come by, the question poses, which is this dilemma: who's this guy working for? Does he just want to get a sale, or is he actually working for me to get the highest price?
Yep. And it's not picking on an agent or any agents, it's picking on the system. And saying, okay, well, that agent could be a very good agent, but the way that they're getting paid could really influence the outcome that they get and the way that their thinking is affected.
So I guess the solution to that, and Jordan and I first started as salespeople with Clark's, and now we're business owners. The solution with that is having a salary, okay, as a safety net for the salesperson, okay, and then ensuring that any bonuses or commissions that are paid to the salesperson are calculated on the accumulated value of properties sold.
Plus, you were explaining the other day that a commission-only agent might encourage a seller to choose a lower offer that has a shorter settlement period.
Look, that could be the case, Em. So in most offices, commission-only agents are paid on settlement. So there's a lot of pressure for them to try and shorten up that settlement period so that they're getting paid quicker. And that may not be the best thing for the seller. There might be a buyer who's willing to pay a lot more, but it might be a longer settlement, which the sellers are open to. But that agent is under pressure to try and push the other offer through and get their money in the bank quicker.
I guess with commission-only agents, you're not getting that teamwork and the collaboration between the agents and the other agents in their team as well.
Yeah, certainly the agents normally are just hiring a desk in an office under a brand, and they're getting paid basically on commission only, and they're working for themselves. They've got a closed book of buyers and sellers, and they're not sharing amongst the team. It's very much one in, one out.
Well, a great example of that is a unit that we just sold in Olive Street at Nunda. Jordan and I were both working with that buyer. I negotiated the contract, it was Jordan's listing, and it's a great outcome for the seller. Now, you'll never get that in an office that's a commission only, because the commission only agent just wants the commission. Whereas in a true team environment, the client's always first. And there's a great example of a transaction that's only just been made.
Thank you for watching Get Real with Mazza and Jordo. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.